It is the Riot Podcast. Welcome to the Tuesday, May 24th show. Today, you won't hear it you'll hear it in this podcast, but if you're watching the podcast, you're going to have to click over or tap over to the other video. That is the Idle Threat interview. We spent a lot of time with them. It was good talking to them.
It was so nice to have them in studio. And if you want to see what they look like and you're not watching the video section from earlier, if you head over to RadioU Official on Instagram, you can like that photo of them hanging out with us.
Yes.
Hi, Isaiah.
Howdy. We talked about lots of good stuff today. We talked about J-Lo and how she's giving us some new beauty tips, which, unfortunately, I just don't think that I'm going to be able to muster up the courage to really do.
So maybe this is not, it's like we even cover it. Everybody tells you what to do. It doesn't mean we're going to do it.
Yeah. It's just all about trade-offs, though.
Are you going to keep coughing,
Yeah,
Isaiah?
seriously.
What are you talking about?
Stop coughing.
We can
What do you
hear
want from me? I've hit my cough button. What do you want from
We
me?
can see you.
He's been coughing in the other room. He comes in, he's
I've
still
hit my
coughing.
cough button. It shouldn't be on the air. It's not my fault.
Listen, I can feel it in the room, okay? It's
Okay,
a force.
Sorry that I am just, yet again, constantly sick. I probably should sleep more, and then I would be beautiful and
Feeling
healthy,
better.
right?
I wouldn't be
Well,
coughing.
what I was going to say is it's about trade-offs of you've got to we all could get more sleep and yes, we have to get up super early in the morning for us. But we could go to bed earlier. We all just don't.
Yeah.
Because we don't value our beauty and our health. We value being awake and having a mild amount of fun.
Yeah,
in
and
our day.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think about it too, like when I'm sitting there at like 10:30 p.m. and I know that I should be asleep already. And what am I even doing? I'm always like scrolling Twitter, Instagram,
Right.
something
It's
so
nothing
pointless.
important most
and
of
then
the
the next
time.
day, if I would have skipped like the last 2 hours of my night
You'd
and went to
gotten more
bed,
sleep.
I would have gotten more sleep. I would feel better today.
Do you know what?
And I would miss out on pretty much nothing.
You wouldn't have cough then.
You're right. Yeah, I wouldn't be coughing. all
You
the
got to
time.
sit there at 9 o'clock every night and say, you got to stop what you're doing and say, do I want to do this more than I want to be beautiful?
Do I want to
question you have
scroll
to ask
Twitter and
yourself.
Instagram more than I want to be just a beautiful
Yes, we
person?
do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, another thing we talked about at the end of the podcast is we talked about the new Thor trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's just so many trailers right now. I'm becoming overwhelmed with all these movies.
It's summer movie season, so there's going to be a lot of big movies,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to get you excited, trying to bust through with so many movies coming out. They got to get you excited for their movie, so we're trying, but it is hard to keep track of it all.
So I was debating whether this weekend I would go see Top Gun. And, you're just like, well, then there's Stranger Things. And, do I
Yeah.
want to get up and go?
Yeah. Do I want to actually go and do this?
And I actually said to myself, after I watched the Thor one, I was like, oh, I'll totally go watch Thor in the theaters because it's
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, but Top Gun's planes, and I don't know. So maybe I
Top Gun's planes.
It's planes. That's all it is. It looks really cool. And I grew up watching the other Top Gun. Like that was, I think my dad's one of his favorite movie. So I totally remember that one, but I don't know. It's hard to get us in theaters for things. The Thor movie, that one looks better.
Yeah, I'll be in line for the Thor movie. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, it implies that I'm going opening weekend with a bunch of other. I'm not doing that, but I will go see the Thor movie. But
On a Tuesday with a discount with free popcorn.
Yes, exactly.
100%. They're paying me to go see Thor. Actually,
much,
And if they'll
much.
do that, I'll go see it.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Thanks again to Idle Threat for joining us. So if you're watching this video podcast, when you're done, go back one video to watch Idle Threat with us hang out today.
And enjoy.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
All right, Nikki, are you ready to love again?
Can I trust again? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to see if you're ready to break down the walls in your heart that have been built up against Little Debbie ice creams.
Well, if you go back to last Christmas, the Christmas tree cake ice cream that came out with Walmart was spectacular.
It was so
amazing.
great.
Best ice cream I think we've ever had.
Yeah.
We loved it so much that then earlier this year they announced Little Debbie's ice cream collab with Walmart again, and they were just going to have extended flavors.
Yep, and we are so excited.
We were super excited, and then people started trying them. and the excitement lessened at that point.
It's not like it's the worst ice cream ever, but one, it's been hard to find. There's still flavors I haven't seen in stores that we haven't gotten to taste. And two, it it was just fine?
It was just, some were, I believe, below fine.
Sure. I mean, they're still
not the
edible.
worst.
It's still ice cream.
I know, but they weren't amazing at all. So there's
And a lot of them just didn't feel like when we had the Christmas tree cake one, it was like, oh, this is Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes.
That was special.
Some of them just felt very lazy. They didn't feel like they were really Little Debbie ice creams at all. But if you're ready to give love
Try
a chance,
again.
yes, Little Debbie now has 2 new flavors that are out. These are seasonal. So all those other 7 flavors that you're supposedly able to find all the time, supposedly, those are permanent. But these are 2 that are just for the summer. Are you ready?
So it comes out from Hudsonville. Oh, it's you. Hudsonville ice cream. I have not seen the 2 new flavors, so I don't know what these are.
So we've got Star Crunch. You like Star Crunches?
Oh, I think I remember those from being really young.
Those are the ones that come in like the black box.
Those are? Yeah. Okay. I remember those from school.
Caramel ice cream pairs perfectly with thick fudge and Choco Krispies for a stellar out-of-this-world taste.
Maybe.
That's one. Then this one I'm very excited about. Unicorn cakes sparkling strawberry.
Oh, is that your flavor?
I think that could be really good.
I don't know. You've got strawberry flavored ice cream, blue icing swirl, purple sugar crystals, pound cake pieces, and that's the second flavor.
I know it's strawberry, but that sounds the most similar to the Christmas tree cake one that we love so much.
Maybe.
And this one says it has pound cake pieces in it.
That's
what I want.
That could be it.
That is
so
what I
these
want.
are 2 new seasonal ice creams. I'm assuming it's still at Walmart only, but
Yeah, I think
it doesn't
so.
actually say.
Yeah, I think so. So I saw the reviews of the way I came across this is actually I saw somebody reviewing it on TikTok and I went, what?
Oh, they're already out?
They're out. And the Star Crunch one was not as well reviewed. Said it was, still, again, it's ice cream, so how upset can you be? But it doesn't really taste like the Star Crunch, but the unicorn cake, it got pretty good reviews.
But when we tried those ice creams from Little Debbie, we realized we really just like the Little Debbie things.
Yeah, I think so for a lot of them.
You don't even need to put them into ice cream form.
I have high hopes for this. I know I'm probably just setting myself up for heartbreak once again. But
you're willing to trust and learn to love again.
Yes, that's right. I have room in my heart
for the unicorn ice cream.
And 'tis better to have loved than lost than never have loved at all, right?
Well, we'll start looking for them.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Hi there.
How'd you sleep last night?
Wonderful.
You did?
I always sleep wonderful. I sleep all the way through the night every night.
Well,
Is that
humble
true?
brag right
That is
there.
true.
Even with your dog?
Yep, even with Jim. Jim's
That's
a great
amazing.
sleeper. He sleeps through the night pretty much every single night.
What you don't realize is he's been getting up, just begging you to wake
Yeah.
up, and you're like, I'm not getting up.
No, I swear he's sleeping, I think, the whole time. baby.
Yeah, you're so tired. You just don't even know. He's never. You ever had Jim, your dog, poop in the house like overnight? You couldn't hold it?
Overnight?
In the middle of the night?
The sneak attack one?
No, I don't think I've ever had to poop in the middle of the night.
That's when I know my dog is sick. It's happened a handful of times in the middle of the night. She can't hold it, and she'll just
sneak off.
And that will be what wakes you up. The smell will be what wakes you up. That's when you know she's sick. Anyways, so you shared this thing that that comes from Jennifer Lopez.
About your dog? No.
Yeah, right. About how important sleep is for beauty. Would you like to elaborate a little bit? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, I saw this because I thought it was interesting. Like, J-Lo thinks that she has the ability to talk about, like, beauty. Like, why would she be the one to do that, you know?
What do you mean?
I'm just
He's
joking. She's like
teasing.
one of the most beautiful women in the world. No, I thought it was interesting because for us, since we work on the morning show, we get so little sleep. So this is like the perfect cop-out of why I'm not a beautiful person, because if I don't get enough sleep, I'm not going to be able to sustain the beauty that I have right now. So 10 years from now, when I'm super ugly, I can blame it on Radio U, and this is the reason why.
You got into the wrong line of work then.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not even the stress of just going to work every day. It's just the fact that you just don't get sleep. And every time someone says something's wrong, the response to fixing it is either more sleep or water. Like, that's the
Yes.
two things.
Yeah.
And we can only get so much more sleep. Like, we cannot get as many hours as I'm sure she's saying that everybody should
Yeah,
get.
I wonder if she actually has she says she gets at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night.
9 hours? What is she doing? Like, how does she get so much sleep? I don't
She
understand.
has people.
She makes like
True.
one movie every 3 years that nobody likes, and then the rest of the time she's sleeping. It
She's
sounds
just hanging
like.
out.
When you have a person who does your schedule, I'm sure you have a person who makes your food, puts your styles, your clothes and stuff. Like you don't have to make many choices. You have time to sleep.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we did have a story recently, a survey that we found, or some kind of study. It said that once you get over 7 hours of sleep as an adult, it actually doesn't help, right? That you're supposed to aim for 7 hours every night and hit that. But if you go way over, it's not like you're banking sleep or anything like that.
I think they were just telling that to everybody to make them
To
feel
make 'em
better.
feel better.
I bet if I got 9 hours of sleep
We
last
would
night,
know.
I'd
You think
feel
you'd look
incredible.
beautiful? You think so?
I'd feel so good this morning.
We would be like, Isaiah, what's your beauty routine?
Yeah, what's going on this morning? Your skin routine looks flawless.
I mean, I'd love to have the opportunity to try and see what happens. But
It would be nice to find out.
man, I'm glad that Jennifer Lopez is sharing her secrets after all this time.
I'm trying to see if she says anything else. They say that, 7 to 9 hours is what's expected. Otherwise, they say doctors encourage the fact that poor sleep can affect your health, so your body needs time to recharge during the night.
You know what sucks though?
What?
Those people out there that are ugly, that are listening, saying, "Hey, I already get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night."
No.
What are you gonna do?
First off, you're not ugly. And second, there's many other options why we could be lacking in some areas.
Yeah, exactly. You could get a great personality. You could be funny. There's a lot of other ways to work around being
And,
an ugly person.
also
Remember
just-
the water comment? Maybe you're
Yes.
not getting enough water.
Right.
Yeah.
In other words, you're not just the sleep is important, but maybe you're a failure in other areas of your life, and that's what's making you ugly.
Oh, doesn't that make you feel better? You're at least
Yeah.
getting your sleep.
I feel so good right now. After 5 hours of sleep, it feels like.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of factors weighing you down.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait a minute,
What's
what
that
is
supposed to
that?
mean?
Well, you're not getting enough sleep, and I'm sure there's other things you're doing that are
Okay,
suboptimal
you can't
for your
just
Listen, he's
appearance.
attacking
say
me.
that and
He's
not have-
attacking me. Did you hear him say that?
You can't
What?
say
It's-
that and
we
have
all have
nothing
our
to
issues.
follow up with
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
What's the issues?
Yeah.
You drink a lot of milk?
I do
It's
drink
not
a lot
good
of milk.
for
That
you.
is good for you.
It's full of fat.
What are you talking about? I'm not getting into the milk combo. Do you have anything else? There's got to be something else.
You don't eat vegetables.
Okay, I do touch vegetables sometimes.
You're right. There is a few
See,
things.
that's all
There's
I'm
a
saying.
couple.
We all have our qualms in our lives. I also don't get enough sleep or eat vegetables, and I probably do other stuff.
We'll just leave it at the sleep part since none of
Yeah.
us are hitting that mark. That's what we should work on.
I'm just saying, there's plenty of explanations why we aren't our most beautiful selves.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
If you missed it earlier, it was almost like a comment in passing, but I brought up how my dog at a few times in her life has woken me up in the middle of the night. Not that she's come to get me, but I will wake up to the smell of dog poop.
Hey, your dog, by the way, wants to know why you shaming her. On the radio.
Hey, you know what?
She
It
wasn't
happens.
feeling
It happens
good.
to the best of us.
I know,
sometimes.
but she just doesn't want you to tell on her.
Has that ever happened to your dogs, Nikki? You've
Oh,
you've had plenty of dogs. Yeah, right. They'll in the middle of the night if they've gotten into something they shouldn't have usually.
They know they shouldn't do it, and they sneak off.
Yep.
And then you find something later.
Man, but they can't hide it because usually if they're doing it in the house, that means something has gone wrong. And so not only is it just they're going somewhere they shouldn't, it also smells much worse than normal and everything. And if you have a dog, like you probably get it, and you know that more often than not, sometimes it could be something where you actually need to take them to the vet where, it's actually a serious issue. But most of the time, it's just because they ate something.
No, they just want to.
You think?
They're just bad attitudes.
Oh, no. I think my dog's not that bad. I've raised her better than that.
She
But
knows better.
If she's going to the bathroom in the middle of the night inside the house, that means to me she probably ate something that she shouldn't have. And but what the funny thing is, right? You'd think you'd wake up and you'd be just you'd be blowing a gasket because you're so upset. You're waking me up in the middle of the night. I hardly get any sleep anyways. You're waking me up and now I have to clean up a big steamer in the middle of the night.
Oh, jeez.
But going through this a few times, actually I sometimes feel like I have a bad temper, but I don't get upset. You can't get upset because even though again it's probably the dog's fault, but going back, she probably ate something she shouldn't have. but I can't get too upset with her because nobody wants, she doesn't want it.
It's a mistake.
Right. And so you still love your dog anyways. You forgive, you move on, and you probably love your dog more after that because you're just like, oh, I'm sorry that you're sick. And, that actually is a great way to think about how God sees us, because a lot of people will imagine that Jesus is up there getting all upset with us. Every mistake we make, it's like we're pooping in the house. We should know better. Every steamer, that's right. We should know better. And maybe like that's kind of our thought process of anytime something goes wrong in life. Well, I should have known better, but we don't. We still make mistakes. We still eat stuff we shouldn't, just like the dog does. And it still winds up leading to unintended consequences that we probably should have seen coming. Nevertheless, they come anyways, and it's a big mess. But God doesn't get upset with you for that. Jesus is not mad when you wake him up with your issues. Jesus loves you anyways. Jesus loves you despite the mistakes you've made, despite the bad choices, despite the fallout from stuff that's happened. Jesus loves you, and he still wants to have a relationship with you. He wants to be a part of your life, and he wants to guide you through life and get you on the diet of the food that won't make you, go in the house in the middle of the night. If you're ready for that, start talking to God. Ask him, say, hey, God, I want to know that you love me. I want to know that you're not upset with me, and I want you to help me through life. Start talking to him. He will talk to you. And if you want to know more, check out RadioU.com/free gift.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
And I just say, I'm glad you guys are here.
Thank you.
I appreciate you
Isn't that
guys.
sweet?
That's so nice.
You feel
Yeah.
like something's coming though, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm glad you guys are here. Sometimes I would love to do the show on my own, but it would be really hard at a time like this when the big news is the new Thor Love and Thunder trailer. But how can I talk about it if I haven't seen it? And how can I see it if it's going to ruin Thor Love and Thunder, the actual movie, for me? So I haven't watched the trailer.
You're glad we're here to watch it with you?
Yeah,
or
so
to tell you about it?
Yeah, so that, well, I don't want you to tell me too much, but I want you to react to it. So go ahead, react.
What do you think?
I think it looks pretty good. I think it's about it's not that different from the first trailer. I feel like it gives you a little bit more insight of kind of what the storyline is, but I think it looks pretty entertaining, pretty fun, similar to Ragnarok in a way with kind of the graphics and stuff. So it's exciting. I'm excited for this one to come out. It looks like it'll probably be a pretty solid movie, but you can only tell so much from the trailer.
Yeah.
Is Thor in it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all you want to know.
Spoiled. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm getting confused. Okay, so did a few weeks ago, was it Guardians of the Galaxy trailer that came out?
No,
Or
it
have
was
we
Thor.
That was also Thor?
Yeah, this is the second Thor trailer that's came out in the past
Okay.
in the past month or so.
This one I feel like is better.
Way
the
better.
first
Okay.
one I was not interested in, but this feels a bit more like, oh, okay, that's Thor.
I see that not from watching the trailer, but just from the headlines that they showcase who will apparently be the villain in the movie, Christian Bale.
It doesn't look like him at first.
No,
It's
it doesn't.
crazy.
What, with like CGI or like is he
Well,
old?
Well, how much do you want to know? Do you want to know or do you not want to know?
Well,
Well,
like,
he
why
just-
does it not look like him?
He's Gore the God Butcher. And
Which
so
is an awesome name, by the way.
he's
He looks
kind of
sick.
like all white painted, and he looks much thinner than I remember Christian
Sick,
Bale.
like he
looks
has a
sweet.
disease. Okay, cool.
And it looks like he has a disease too. Yes, both.
One or the other.
I'm glad you guys could, I, again, don't want to watch the trailer, but I'm glad you guys watched it and could tell me about it without spoiling anything because now I'm even more excited.
Let's see, and then
We should do this for all trailers, actually.
Who's the one? The love interest? I can't remember her name.
Jane?
Yeah, but who?
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman.
Uh-huh.
Like, man, her muscles. Like, she's got some arm muscles.
Wow.
Yeah, she's got some serious muscles going on.
She's,
At
Very
first,
impressive.
I thought,
She's
like,
Thor,
is that
right?
added?
Yeah, I know, right? How'd they do that? Can we possibly do that for our Worst of Riot video podcast
That'd be
by chance?
amazing. So she's in there too.
Well, I'm excited, and I haven't seen a second of it, so
I think you'll like it.
Oh, I cannot wait.
So Thor: Love and Thunder, believe it or not, is out this year. I also forgot that. So
yeah,
that-
July 8th.
July 8th
It's
is
gonna be
when that
huge.
comes out.
I can't. This is. I guess Nikki, it seems like you don't even know all the movies that are coming out this summer. But is this the movie you're most excited for?
I think so. Yeah.
Between now and Labor Day.
I'm just used to every movie. We see trailers. We talked about it earlier with the Mission Impossible one where they'll show us a trailer and it's not out for like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
So it's weird to have one. I feel like that this will be out before we know it.
Yeah. What do you think, Isaiah? What's your top anticipated movie for the summer?
I don't know. I feel like every movie that when the trailer comes out, it's my top anticipated movie. So if I go every couple weeks saying, "Oh yeah, this is my most expected movie," there's just every single one that comes out, especially with the Marvel stuff. I'm excited for all of them equally, and so they'll all be good.
If they drop another Bob's Burgers trailer before the movie comes out this weekend,
never
that'll
mind.
be your top.
That'll be my top favorite.
It will.
It'll be my most anticipated.
You, me, and JR. The three of us will be. And Nikki's not invited because she's insulting it.
I don't want to come.
It's going to be better than Top Gun.
Well, we'll see what happens over the weekend.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.